The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of ParaX, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The calling.
And good evening, everyone. It's another wild and woolly Wednesday. Can I do the W's like the gathering does? The T's? I think so. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we lost Willow. We can't find her. She's like, you know, all the rubble and stuff like that down there. She's just somewhere wandering around looking for... No, I'm just kidding. We had her on, and Skype decided that it is not going to have 5 people on, or 6 people on tonight, 7?
Yeah, it's kind of a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But no more than we have had not in the past, you know what I mean? So. But...
Exactly. Now, that's not the voice of Kimberly. So
sorry. I'm sorry,
okay.
Kim.
She's so used to the show. It's okay.
This is Stephanie with the Gathering Radio Show. Radio show tonight.
Steph just takes over no matter what.
She's so used to it. She's like automatic.
You ought to see her at a restaurant. That was funny. So with us tonight, Kim, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jerry.
Hey, Steph.
It's a bizarre day.
How's Steffi? How is Kim doing tonight?
Kim, how are you? What's shaking? Did you have a groovy weekend?
I had a great weekend, as a matter of fact.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, good. And Jerry, did you have a good weekend too?
Oh, yeah. You know, we had the investigation, which was awesome. The only thing not awesome about it was the amount of spiders in the basement of that house.
Oh, wow.
That was disgusting. I mean, you could watch them go down their webs to land on your head. And they loved my shampoo, I think. And if it wasn't for Bella getting them off me, I think I would have gone crazy. But we had a really
I didn't
good
see any, so they were just attracted to you guys, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. They were like, "Come here, big boy.
Yeah.
Let me crawl all over your body."
That is just the part of investigators. That the people don't realize what we go through, like literally, you know?
It
That's just
definitely is true. They don't think about that kind of stuff, especially when you got to crawl through holes and, you know, there might be mouse or rat poop everywhere.
Exactly.
How about bats? How about bats flying through the hallways? We've had
that happen. Yeah.
How about just the people alone sometimes? It's like crazy.
Right?
They're scarier than the rest. A lot of them are.
It's true.
I'm not trying to be mean, but sometimes it can be like that, you guys. You guys have no clue.
Yep. It's true. You know, you go to one place and then it's filled with meth heads and No, but we did one close to your house. I think it was your house. No.
Oh, jeez.
No, it was quite interesting. We did a place like that. And who was it that went? It was some of the team. Steph and I didn't go.
Was it here in Waseca or near Waseca?
It was down in Owatonna, wasn't it, Steph?
I didn't go. I don't know.
I know. I didn't go either. We gave it to somebody to go. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, so tonight's show, we decided we are going to talk about, because it's coming up quicker than stuff. And that is the ParaExpo 2021, Humbird, Wisconsin, at the Hotel Bar and Grill. So there's only one person I know that is the best one to have on to actually talk about the place, since she found us, is Christine Riggins. Christine, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing real good. I'm Skyping from one of the rooms, actually, one north.
Yep, I was just going to say that's one north.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see behind me. I'm trying not to look because I don't know what's back behind me.
We'll tell you if something shows
Yeah,
up.
we'll tell you. And then just duck down. You're sitting on the settee, huh?
I am.
Gotcha. Well, one north was one that this room is actually, so 1N is actually 1N and 2N. It's both of them. They decided to break down the wall in between them and go with doing just one gigantic room. But back in 2019, they were separate rooms, and that's where Nicole and I had went to investigate, and I investigated in 2N and Nicole in 3N, and it was pretty intense there. It was pretty cool. So it looks like we got Willow back on.
Hey! Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just went black.
It's good old Skype is what it is.
Oh,
Okay.
my gosh.
So that place, that's where we had seen at a 2N, we had seen a apparition walk past, and I thought it was Nicole, and it wasn't. Nicole was downstairs, and I followed it into 3N, which was the room that Nicole was in, and nobody there. Nobody there. But in the middle of the night, she did feel some old man that was kind of grumbly and actually had said in an EVP, "You're mine." So I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be. It's funny is that no one wants to stay in the north section. Everybody wants to go to the south section. Have you noticed that, Chris? The north.
I have noticed that.
Yeah, it's so weird. To me, the north section is the one that's really, really haunted, other than the room that Kimberly will be staying in Saturday night, which is 4S, the pink room.
Yeah.
And that's the one that Steffi refused to stay in.
No, not going to do it. But you know what? We got a lot of evidence out of, what is it, 2 South? The one where Chris, when you did the live yesterday, and Sue was talking about how, she felt somebody lay down on the bed with her and all kinds of crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, that's
And that was where you got oozed.
There's something with every room in this place, I'm telling you.
It is, especially now. I mean, back in 2019, way different than what it is right now. Way different. There was things going on, but not as heavy. But since you guys had remodeled and brought in antiques into certain rooms, it's almost like, to me anyway, that the resident hauntings from 1N don't like the ones over in the south side. So it's weird. It's almost like the Cubbies versus, the White Sox, and the Cubbies are best team around. But anyway, pretty interesting. Very interesting. So, okay, what do we got here? Anybody asking any questions?
So what do you? I have a question, Jerry.
Okay.
So, Chris, why do you think you're getting so many hauntings? What's the difference between the way Jerry's saying it? What do you guys think that it's all about? Because I know the land, I know the history of it is pretty amazing itself.
Yeah, the difference between now and then is, I've always known that the place was haunted, and I've seen the same spirits. Maybe not all of them. Maybe other people had experienced different spirits than I did. But for the most part, I was really aware of who I was seeing and what was going on. When the renovations started changing and some of the antiques pictures, lots and lots of different, artwork and antiques from all over the country started coming in. That's when things started changing along with the renovations. I'm not sure if they were really happy with the renovations. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but the added things that were coming in were creating a problem where the activity ramped up. And the last time the sim crew came and did the video where the anomalies were there, I felt different than I did in the past. This time I actually felt really scared. I mean, and it changed my thoughts about being upstairs. So being in this room right now has really got a creepy factor for me. The whole upstairs, I do have a little apprehension that I never had before. So it's made me feel different as well.
Okay.
Well, it's, the rooms up there, up at the top, if you guys, one of the things, there's subtle things that kind of freak a person out. Like for me, in 4S, the pink room, there's 2 paintings on the wall. One, if you look at it, I don't know if you guys are Vikings fans, not as in Packers and Vikings, but the show, Vikings. Ivar the Boneless, okay? Take a look at that picture when you first walk in and you go directly to your left. When you look, there's a picture and it looks like that person is crawling at you. It's got a kind of the Ivar look. Now, the photo you guys were talking about, or not the photo, but the painting that you guys were talking about in your video that you did, if you look in that picture, my eyes hit it the first time I ever seen it, and it went right up to the top. There is a person that is in a sewn body bag, and it's like a it's like a gunny sack type thing. Take a look at that picture, and you'll see that there is a body bag on the top of that house. Now, there's a river below. Take a look at the river. What else do you see in there? I mean, that has got to be the creepiest painting I've seen in a long time.
Is that the painting that keeps getting chipped away at?
Yep.
Yeah. And I remember we took photos of that, and there's a significant difference between when we took photos of that prior to what it looks like now. And of course, in the video on the ParaExpo Facebook page that was created and the live video that we did, the person, Sue Zeckerly, who actually does the cleaning in the Airbnb rooms, she never finds any paint chips, which is really weird. And you clearly, there's nothing there. So I don't know what's happening, where these scratches are coming from. But it's definitely alarming. It was so alarming she took the painting off the wall and brought it down to bring it to my attention. And I am a painter, so I am familiar with this, how paint's supposed to work and not supposed to work and what's on it. So, yeah, there's definitely something strange about it.
Well, you got to make sure that picture's back up there again.
Oh, it's
up there now, right?
It's up there now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you definitely can't, take that one down. That one's too classy in my eyes.
Maybe I had a picture of it, but I don't in my bunch.
Well, if you guys can, go to the ParaExpo 2021 page on Facebook and take a look. They did a live. Can you guys put a link to that, Steph? To put a link in the chat room, please?
Sure.
Thank you. That would be great. And then kind of check it out from there.
Yeah.
But it's pretty crazy that's going on. And just to let everybody know that we do have one room left for Friday night, 2S. And 2S is actually in 2019 is where we had disembodied voices, where we used a ghost box that was answering questions. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, it hits the radio signal and it just sounds like.
Right.
When May was introducing people around and she pointed at George, she said, "This is George." And the disembodied voice came back and said, now this is disembodied, so it's not part of that, said, "Husband." It's like, yeah, that's my husband, she said. How did you know? Somebody's asking me right now, what room is creepier? Well, back in 2019, the creepiest room I would have to think would have been 3N. What about you, Chris?
I would say so too. Yeah. There's banging on the windows. Sometimes I try not to look at the building when I drive away from work. I literally don't, because I don't want to see what's up there, because I know that someone's banging on the blinds in the window, and we've had customers that have seen it and heard it, and there's strange things that I see. If I look back at the building, I just get in my car and get the hell out. I just no, I don't. Yeah,
she's so honest. I love it.
I am. That's why I actually. I have the keys to the building, and I forgot something, and I dreaded the thought that I had to turn around and come back inside after I closed, because this is when I know that activity really ramps up. I don't know why, but as soon as I walk out the door, that's a sign that things are starting to happen.
Right.
And I walked in the door and I'm like, all right, don't mess with me. I just got to take care of this. Give me a minute and I'll be right out. And it was probably the first time that I haven't had a terrifying moment where something's not banging on the door. Things are, clacking and banging. And I was just glad, because I dread having to come back inside after I've already closed the door. So, yeah. And as far as the creepiest room, I have to tell you, every one of them is creepy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Well, I think the creepiest one you know what? To be honest, I don't think that they're really that creepy. They're, they have things going on. So, except for 4S. I mean, even myself, I would not stay in 4S.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
And you guys were going to put me in there all by myself. And you guys were both in the north wing.
You were going to put yourself in there.
Yeah, well. Whatever.
And then once we got to 2S and you've seen on the SLS cam how many things were walking around, you made the announcement, nope, I'm not going to stay in there alone. We're going to stay in this room over here. Jerry, you sleep on that bed. Nicole and I will sleep in this bed.
So I just want to ask you guys, is all the rooms, like for Friday, there's only one room left, right, Jerry?
Yep, and that is S2.
And then Saturday, you guys have it booked completely, correct?
Booked completely on Saturday.
Okay.
Yep.
And that Saturday is when we go in as well. So so I just wanted to know.
And you're going to be so scared, you're going to be flying down those stairs and begging us to come and bunk with all of us.
I'm going to do everything. I'm going to do everything that Chris says that she does not do. So I'm going to be running outside, looking upstairs, doing all crazy stuff, Just that's just
what I think too, you guys. I think what we need to try, Jerry, like this last investigation we did. Remember, we walked outside for about 25 minutes or so, and then when we came back in, it was like we caught all this stuff on our voice recorder, but some of it sounded like the spirits were saying, "Oh, damn, they're back. What is going on?" No. Because we heard whistling, we heard all kinds of stuff, So I think that might be a good thing to do, like take a break halfway through and everybody leaves the building and then goes back in to see what happens.
That's hilarious.
Another thing, Kimberly, this place is so awesome that you don't even really need to investigate it.
No.
All you need to do is lay on the bed and go to sleep.
Yeah.
They are going to come to you. Seriously, they're going to come to you, and hopefully they don't grab you by the foot and try to twist it off.
Right,
two little
right.
kids that did that to me. And the funny thing is that during the time that happened, and I woke up and then, seeing those two kids standing there, one was a boy for sure, the other one, a girl possibly, but
Mhm.
then they took off, went through the door, running down the hallway. And then it was just not too long after that when the scream went out. And that scream, I will never forget it. And when I had to wake up Stephanie, and I've never seen two people go boom to sleep as fast as her and Nicole. They were
That's
out like
hilarious.
lights. But when I woke them up because of the scream, Nicole actually wanted to go home
Yeah, she did.
because there was something torturing her in her dream or her nightmare.
Yeah,
And it
you
was
said.
two kids, boy, one possibly a girl, and they had a puppy in their arms, and they were twisting the head off of
Oh
the
my
puppy.
God.
Yeah. So
nuts.
I mean, my leg was that. That's the same thing I seen. I even said it to you guys first.
Right.
About that, and it was like crazy. So this place is going to be unbelievable. And like I said, I just hope that of all the people that have gotten a place, that everybody respects everybody's space and just doesn't, after the investigation, that's it. You can't go into somebody else's room
Right.
without permission. That's personal space then. They have locks on the doors, which are they're what kind of locks you call them?
Their combination, they have key codes on them.
Okay.
Mhm. It's like
Well,
what we have out on our condo out on the island. So it's just, you just press in a combination
Right.
and you can change it for everybody.
Nice.
Yep. And there too, we might as well put a little shout out. Airbnb, if you ever wanted to go to Friday Harbor, Washington. Stephanie's got one out there in Casey. And what is it called, Steph?
Tahlequah's place.
Tahlequah?
Nice.
Metallica's place?
Tahlequah's place.
Tahlequah's.
We named it after the mama whale.
Oh, that's right.
Aw.
And the
That's
whole
so
story about
sweet.
Tahlequah, you know how she lost her baby and carried
Yeah.
her around for
Yep.
100 miles?
Yeah.
And now she has a bouncing baby boy named Phoenix, who I think is a year now. Maybe it was his birthday recently.
Oh, that is
So-
so sweet.
Yes.
love it.
And you know what? And the cool thing is Casey and I happened to be there when Tahlequah lost that baby because we saw all the whales make a circle around her, and it was almost like a death ceremony. You
Right.
know,
They
it's just-
do that. Mhm.
It was so sad. We knew something bad had happened. We were on shore. We had no idea. And then we talked to our friends at the research center, and they told us what had happened. And it was like, oh my God, that is just the most, saddest thing ever. But
Yep.
yeah, her baby won't ever be forgotten. I'll never forget her. And
Okay.
but now she has Phoenix, so she's awesome.
Alrighty, so let's get back to this now. Also, the Hotel Bar and Grill in Humbird also has an Airbnb. So if you're going to be out, and you know what, I mean, going to Humbird and going to their bar is awesome. I should know. I worked at a bar for 20 some years. I love bars, and their bar is absolutely perfect. The bar is up against the wall like it should be. You guys have fun people that come in there. It's got a little smell of the beer and everything else going on, and it's not fancy smancy. You don't have those type. You got real people going in there, so you
Right.
can also get a place. You can stay at one of the places just going by Airbnb, but you can't do that during the ParaExpo. That's been blocked off. You'll see two big guards with big swords and stuff.
Oh my.
I know.
But now one of the other things that you used to see, Chris, is the apparition. And the apparition you were telling me about comes to the stairs and looked down at you a couple times.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So, that she was the first spirit I saw. And she was wearing a woolen, like, gray dress, sort of like late 1800s type of dress with her hair up, and she looked like she was carrying a box of bottles, like medicine bottles or something. She was on a mission, like she had a place to go. She was going from point A to point B, like she was doing something. And she flows, if you're looking at the top of the stairs, she flows from the right to the left. And so she's going from the north part of the building to the south part of the building, and she has to cross the top of the staircase when she goes. I know that I wasn't the only one who'd seen her, but she was the first spirit that I saw. And then, of course, you can smell her. It's strange. There's certain scents that I pick up on that I could smell was her. And then I also picked up something else. I don't know if you ever heard of lemon verbena, but she smelled like lemon verbena, kind of. And then there's another odor that comes. It's kind of like old Avon perfume.
Oh,
Like it's just doesn't smell all that great kind of stuff. And I don't know who that's from, but it's not from that woman. But yeah, I definitely have seen that woman several times, probably at least, I don't know, 15, 20 times.
wow.
And then I've seen the man, the shadow figure, looking over at the stairs and looks down at the staircase. And I have a process of going out there because the door that leads out from the side of the bar goes to the staircase, but there's also another door that goes to the left that leads out to a porch. And I always have to have the lights on. I have a process of how I lock things up because the light's the last thing that gets shut off, because I've actually felt like I've been pushed through the door at the bar, like pushed from behind, and I felt like someone was right there, and so I get spooked out a little bit. So I have a whole process of how I shut things down and in a routine so that I can keep the lights on as long as I can until I get through the door, and then I hurry up and lock it behind me and get away from it. So I've always felt that way about this, though. I mean, ever since the first time I've seen her, even before I even saw the woman at the top of the stairs, I felt like that. It just had this presence. I could feel it. You could feel the coldness just going right through you.
That's just incredible. I know that when I had seen her that one time, I was amazed. I mean, you had talked about it and everything, but to be honest, I mean, we're paranormal investigators. You know, we try to debunk everything. You know, there's certain things that we don't really believe that people say unless we've seen it. And then when I seen her that day walking through there, I was floored, just floored that this is, you know, I mean, like I said, with the amount of activity in 2019 and again in the early part of 2021, I would put it up against Waverly Hills. Waverly Hills is, okay, I don't mean to scare you, Chris. Did you guys see that behind Chris?
No.
You guys did not see that.
So
Yeah, then
I'm froze. I just
Oh,
don't even
no.
want to.
yeah, it was bizarre. I don't know.
What did you see?
I'm
Wait.
not really for sure. What?
Are you okay? So I have to say this, Chris. Are you smoking in that room at all?
No.
Okay.
See?
So on this side of you, Chris, there was like an apparition trying to form, like literally like smoke. An apparition, like
You're
literally
scaring
trying to form.
her. Chris, go
I'm
like
just
this.
saying.
Go just say-
I'm just saying. Oh my God, I was good. I was like, why is she smoking in the room? I wonder if they're smoking allowed. I'm all thinking to myself.
No.
No.
There's no smoking
Have to
out,
go
so
outside
you
to
did
smoke.
see it,
I
Kimberly.
did see it
Okay,
twice.
good.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
now I'm going to have my eyes peeled.
Yeah, we got to.
So earlier I felt something behind me and I saw something out of the corner of my eye. And this room happens to be the room that my son does massage therapy locally. He comes from the clinic up in Eau Claire and comes down here. And I've had numerous people after they've had a massage or while they're having a massage of a little girl saying, "What are you doing? Who are you? What's going on?" You know? I do feel something here. So I did have like a cold chill just come through me just a few minutes ago. So yeah, I did tell you this was a creepy room. So
Yeah.
That is
You know,
awesome.
what you call creepy, I find amazing
Yeah.
because that 2N was the place that I stayed in where I was touched by that little girl. And in the EVP, she apologized and said, "I'm sorry." And then the other was a disembodied voice when I asked her what she was looking for. And I still feel she says, "Mommy," where you guys think it's Ronnie. You know? Just weird. Wow, I can't believe I seen that. And thank God
Yeah.
you've seen it too,
I saw
Kimberly.
it too. That's why I stopped you, Jerry, because I wanted to put mine first before, so you knew what I had seen.
Yep.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh, I wish this show would have been video-wise.
I was
Video-wise.
gonna say.
Yeah, this video would have been awesome. Everybody would have freaked out
Oh,
when they seen it. Not saying you should be freaked out. That was way cool. I mean, that was a good thing.
Sure.
Well, listen, we're going to go on a break, so everybody sit tight and don't you run away there, Chris. We'll be
I won't.
right back in 2 minutes.
It's Matt Moneymaker,
And this is Hoyt Velarde.
and you are listening to The Calling on ParaX.com.
If you're looking for a truly unique podcast experience, we have you covered. Spirit Bayou with CJ Dunham airs live from the Third Coast in Southeast Texas on Tuesday and Fridays at midnight Eastern Time, covering Creole folklore and folk magic to strange paranormal activity to new equipment for the field. CJ Dunham is a Catholic swamp witch, a devotee to our Mother Mary in the Trinity, a true believer in our Lord, the Holy Ghost, and Christ. Peace be with your spirit and the spirits by you.
In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. Tune in every Monday at 10 o'clock for Dark Sun Rising on the ParaX Radio Network.
And we're back. This is Jerry with The Calling, along with Kimberly Juarez and Willow Lema Shant, and also with Stephanie of SquatchHERs and The Gathering, and Christine Riggins with the Hotel Bar and Grill, Humbird, Wisconsin. Now, if you guys are just tuning in and you're just listening to start to listen to the show and you're like, I missed the whole thing. Did Jerry say anything funny? Of course I did. Anyway, you can catch it tomorrow. I'd say about 4 or 5 o'clock. And, hey, go to www, The Calling Radio Show, or YouTube, The Calling Radio Show. Also, this is also going to be broadcast on Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota YouTube and stuff. So I got way ahead of myself. Anyway, also too, remember that ParaX has awesome shows. Listen to them all. You got The Gathering on Tuesday nights from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Steffi and Heidi know how to do it up. Geeks Paranormal right after us. There's tons of great shows. And any time, just plug in, listen, and there's something always going on. Okay, so we are back. So we're kind of talking a little bit about what we've seen now, poor Chris is looking around like the place is on fire, and I don't see nothing behind you. I'm looking behind you. We see
So am I.
an apparition trying to form
Yep.
behind Chris, and that's in room 3N, or I'm sorry, 1N. Now 1N is Russ Victorians got it for Friday and Saturday night. So he's going to find this really awesome that something
I'll
tried
have
to
to tell
form.
him.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. Now, Willow is going to be staying both nights in 1S. And 1S, now, Chris, if I'm correct, 1S, there has been instances of the door doesn't like to stay shut. If I'm correct, doesn't like to stay locked. And sheets get pulled off or blankets get pulled off the bed.
In 1 South, my coworker, she can't breathe in that room. The other coworker, she hasn't had any incidences, but in 1 South, there has been some issues with a feeling of being pulled. Like, I've heard people complain that they feel like the sheets or bedding has been pulled a little bit. The door isn't shutting, and the bathroom door, which is right next to it, across from it, will go open and close. Even if the door is completely shut, it'll still pop open and keep going. So.
Wow.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, that bathroom is. Oh, you're talking about the main bathroom when you come up the stairs?
Well, no, it's the one around the corner. So
Yeah.
there's two bathrooms, one at the top of the stairs to the left, and then if you go around the banister, there's another one on the right-hand side in the hallway. So the bathrooms are back to back, but both bathrooms are on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's really interesting about the Hotel Bar and Grill, when you go up the stairs, you step back in time to the middle 1800s. This place, everything is pretty much original upstairs, right? All the doors are still original from...
Yep, everything is original.
It's awesome. Now, is in any of the rooms, are the original beds still in there?
The bed frames are, of course, the hotel has been updated with top of the line mattresses, but the bed frames, not in the north part, the suites, the 1 north and 2 north suites, those beds are not original. They're updated, modern. But in the south rooms, those are the original beds, the original bed frames.
Okay, gotcha. So, in which ones?
In 1 South, 2 South, 3 South, and 4. So all of those beds are original.
Oh, wow. Okay. What did you ever do with the original beds that were in 2N and 3N?
I am not sure. I don't know. During the renovation, there was so much stuff going on. It was very, very busy time. So I'm not sure. They might still be here on the property. There's a pole shed that's behind the bar. That they might be in there, but I'm not positive.
Those were ones that we actually stayed on in 2019, Nicole and I. And let me tell you, people were much shorter back in those days. Your legs would stick through the slats because they were tiny people. You know, it was pretty crazy. But, okay, so Willow should have a lot of fun. Willow, what do you think about that?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, actually, and I really want to meet the lady in the chair in the hallway. I really want to have a nice conversation with her. I'm like, I got so excited when I saw your video. I'm like, oh gosh, I got to meet this lady. It's going to be awesome.
So we should let everybody know that it's going to stay there and stuff. If they hear you talking to somebody and nobody else is talking back, just to stay in their rooms and lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Or just know that I'm doing my job.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And and that chair down there, I have to say, how many times, Jerry, have I sat in that chair? Something drew me to that chair, and I don't know if it was that old woman or what, but I always look out the window at the railroad tracks, too. So amazing.
She does.
You know?
She does. She's so funny because she'll go and sit in it, cross her legs, and put her back up against it with her arms on the thing. And it's like something takes you over just for that moment, Steph.
Yes.
Just that you kind of, look about, and then you're back to being Stephanie again.
Yeah.
So
I know, it's crazy. So
it is
goodness.
crazy. It is.
Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna ask to see why she's looking at those tracks.
Because this is the way I looked at it, is when Sue and I first started talking about it and she mentioned the chair, I felt that there was something there. I said, but it's the only window that faces, and on the top story, it's the only window that faces the east or the west, sorry. It's the only window that faces out the west that shows the railroad tracks. And prior to, back in the day when this was built, there weren't any other buildings that would obstruct it. The pole shed that's behind the barn now, you can see, but you would have had a clearer advantage of looking at the train as it went by, and they come from that direction. They come from both directions, but mostly from the west to the east. And it would have been a passenger train. This is the main stop. That's how a lot of people passed away here. It's because a salesman got off that train and had smallpox and infected the community. So I really feel that woman is looking for that train for maybe someone that she's waiting for. You can kind of see that she's intent. There's an intent on watching them railroad tracks, and that breeze comes through there. It's just a different spot in the entire park. It's not like any other spot.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to doing the psychometry, because since it takes you back to the mid 1800s, I think the psychometry that I can pick up in there is going to be phenomenal. I want to be able to see what was happening at the different time periods, that the different incarnations basically of what the building was used for. And that's generally what I pick up when I'm here in New Orleans. If I touch anything on a building like the wall or a mantle or a door or a doorknob, I get taken back to that other time. So I'm really excited to see what they'll show me.
Right.
I think it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah.
I can hardly wait.
I know.
Oh,
It's just going to be great for us to all work together and get some answers and stuff like that, and even if not, getting some evidence is going to be amazing. I mean, it's amazing just what I saw,
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a crazy place for sure.
So now, how many, do you know the amount of people that died of smallpox in the town?
I'm not positive. I think it was probably somewhere around 30 to 40. But you have to remember, this is a really small community, but it was a really important, and it was a bustling community at one time, because of the fact that it was the main place for lumber. The street here is called King Street. It's the widest street in the United States. Or in the state of Wisconsin, I should say, for that for sure. But there was a reason why it's built that way. There's a bluff that's in the back part of the town, and that goes back to the Wisconsin ice sheet. And I think everybody kind of feels that Humbird is sort of a vortex of strange things, strange meeting people that you've known or that you've never met, but you have some sort of connection. And back in the day, these people who passed away, the hotels were used. There was another hotel here as well. Were used as sort of a hospital spot, for them to treat. And when they passed away, it was, they couldn't get any supplies from the trains. The trains couldn't stop in. That meant they got no grain. They couldn't get any supplies to feed themselves for an entire winter. And those bodies ended up having to be put aside until the spring, so they could be identified. But it was a really bad year, obviously, and it affected everybody. I mean, it was somebody's aunt, mother, father, or child, and it was people are related. I mean, it would have affected everybody in this community.
Yeah.
Yep.
What year was that?
This would have been in 1872.
Okay.
It would have been the winter. It would have been 1872, maybe into the winter of 1873.
Okay.
Okay, so Humbird, is that considered western Wisconsin, or is that more central?
West Central.
West Central. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's right next. It's not too far away from Eau Claire.
Yeah,
almost to the Dells.
Humbird is right on the edge of Clark and Jackson County, like a quarter of a mile, eighth of a mile down the road. You're in a different county, so we're in the little cutout of Clark County, and yeah, so it's an interesting little community. The people here are, they've grown up their entire lives. Their families are from here. They can date back photos all the way back before the 1800s. It's just incredible. And this place has always been running and operating. It's never not been in operation.
Gotcha. Now, is there a lot of movies asking lots of fir trees?
We got a lot of poplar. We got a lot of jack pine, different types of juniper. We got oak. We've got a lot of birch. We've got we have a huge variety of a lot of maple. We tap maple here for syrup. And elm trees, quite a few elms here as well. This area is really actually beautiful. The ridge on the back part of the town, in the wintertime, usually they have a huge lighted Christmas tree display on it. And you can see it from miles away. It's so high. Yeah, it's incredible. And then there's Emerson Lake, which is just across the railroad tracks. I mean, in walking distance from here. And that's a favorite place for people to go fishing. And there's ice fishing, and they have races in the wintertime. So we have a lot of sports activities that we do here all throughout the year.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I know that, also too, you guys got, Bigfoot not too far away from you. There was a sighting down by an old bridge that's down. Which on the way, Steph, if we go early enough, we could drop by there so you and the SquatchHERs could take a look at it.
Absolutely. Well, and at some point, I'm going to come down, and Chris is going to be an honorary SquatchHER for the day, so we can go to all these places where she's seen Dogman and Bigfoot and all kinds of stuff. So, but that's a whole different trip.
Right.
And SquatchHERs will find out what else is down there too at the ParaExpo, because people come out of the woodwork to tell us stuff. So it'll be fun.
They really do. What's funny is that people at times, even if they're in a bar and stuff like that, and usually they talk about everything in a bar, but they won't bring up certain things that really interest them, such as ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and stuff. But now that they're going to be at a ParaExpo where there's a whole bunch of nuts in the same place that they can talk about it with and everything. I think it's going to be a lot bigger than what we think. And, I so want to buy your bar, Chris. I really, really, really do. I mean, God, what a great thing it would be. So if anybody is out there listening and they want to invest in a really cool place and they need somebody to run it for them, Chris is your girl. She would definitely do it.
I'm looking forward to meeting all the vendors that we're going to have. So the ParaExpo involves the hotel bar, obviously, but also there's a mentor town hall, which is right next to it. Mm-hmm. So all the vendors that are going to be there, I'm looking forward to meeting all these different people from around the state and tri-state area. And hopefully everyone will be able to get wonderful experiences and be able to tour the hotel bar. I mean, you guys have done a great job letting out a platform of the activities that are going to be going on for the ParaExpo. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep. And just to mention a few of the people that are going to be there, of course, Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota, my team, Sim Crew, SquatchHERs will be there, and psychic medium Willow Le Machant, Odyssey Paranormal Society, Cat Paranormal. I'm sorry, I should have gone with yours first there, Kimmy. Search for Spirits, one word, and that is Russ Victorian. Elemental Healers will be there. Mystical Minnesota Paranormal. Under the Bed Art. You want to see some crazy stuff. Under the Bed Art's got it. Jenny Coles, paranormal investigator / card and tea reader. She'll be there doing the readings too. Central Minnesota Ghost Hunters. And your son has himself a massage table and everything where, people can, get all massaged up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
We might all need that massage. Let me
Right?
That is really true. That's really true.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Minnesota is invading Wisconsin for this because there's so many Minnesota groups and there's only a couple Wisconsin ones, right? Which is interesting.
Hey, I have invited till my fingers are bleeding from going through everything I know to get paranormal people involved in Wisconsin. And a lot of them, though, I'm going to say it, they don't like people from Minnesota. They don't want them, treading.
Chris is laughing hysterically.
And I think that's kind of crazy because the paranormal is open to everybody.
But you know what?
The
paranormal field is very cliquey, and people want to be on their own turf, right? So they don't like it that all these mud ducks are coming to Wisconsin to do this, right? I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, I don't mean to scare you again, Chris. Kimberly, did you see it?
No, I was looking at Stephanie.
Oh, you knothead.
But that's okay because the investigator and me, we're recording right now.
Oh, awesome!
Good job. Good job. Okay, over your.
She just got touched.
Pick up your left hand.
She just got touched.
Oh, you just got touched? Okay. Okay. She's freaking. Okay, over your left
right over there to Chris's
Hold
left.
On, please. Lift your left shoulder on the other side of the bed. It was towards the floor more, so it was probably a child, and it was pretty much formed, and it went behind the what do you call that on the side of the bed? The post of the bed, and I seen the hair on the other side in between, and then it was gone. And then you said you got touched. Now, could you have been touched because I mentioned it?
No, I actually saw something. I saw something, and I felt something. And I mean, I got shivers. I just got completely freaked out, and I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Well, hold on.
Chris, remember your protections.
Yep, and also,
and I just put some on you too, so just remember that. Protect yourself.
Okay, so from here, I can see whatever that is not harmful whatsoever.
No.
It's a child. I believe it's that same child that we seen there when we stayed in that room. And she's just looking for her mom. So
I know that. I realize that, but at the same time, it's just really creepy.
Yeah. Well,
it catches you off guard, and that feeling, you just get your adrenaline just all of a sudden just jumps, and you got goosebumps all over the place. And
I'm sure. Well, that was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm so glad that you recorded this.
I'm going to tell you guys something, though.
What?
When we just said it, it turned off automatically by itself.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. I swear to you.
Wow.
I swear to you guys.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Go ahead and keep talking, ladies.
We'll see what happens when I take this on recording to check it out to see how far we got it. So that is bizarre on its own right there.
It is bizarre. I saw it too, and it was over your left shoulder, right where they said. But Chris, remember protections. I put some around you now, so they shouldn't come near you.
Well, I think this is going to be a really great event.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to be amazing. So, and then for all of us to get together, and especially with Willow, because we've known Willow for a year now, I think, and we haven't met her yet, and it's really awesome. Yeah. So, Yeah, I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun, you guys. And I think for anyone out there who's interested, we still have places for the investigation left. You can't stay there, but there are hotels nearby within 20 minutes of Humbird.
Right. There's
in Osseo,
Maryland
Black
has the
River.
lighthouse in, and then
Yep.
there's also Osseo.
Yep.
There's lots of places to stay. There's within 5 miles to 10 miles, 12 miles even, in the area too. So if you're looking to come to stay for the expo or be a part of it as a vendor, there's plenty of places. They will be listed on the ParaExpo Facebook page with the address and phone numbers available for everyone.
And we'll be doing that in the next week or so.
Yeah.
And if you just want to come and enjoy the expo, that's the whole day on Saturday, and Jerry will be doing tours of the hotel for $5, right?
Yep, for $5 each, every hour on the hour. I'll be running people up so that they can take a look, and then we'll explain what kind of things happened in each room, and then that's it. So if you don't want to spend the $50 to go on the investigation, or if you don't want to spend the $200 and stay up there, or $175.
Well, there's only one opportunity left for that.
That's what I'm saying. On Friday night, 2S, that's the place to go. Now, okay, I got to mention this. Here's something weird. Kimberly, when you said the thing
video
went
turned off,
right?
Yep.
Did you hear the beep over here?
Yes.
Something rang my doorbell.
Oh, no.
There's nobody
Really?
there. I went up there to take a look real quick. There's nobody there.
Holy bucket, she's just really making it known, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think so. Chris, you're okay.
Well, she's
Stop it. You
That
look like a
video,
crack
too.
addict. You're just like,
I think I'm going to need a drink after this.
don't worry. You're just
Good
fine.
thing you're
So crazy.
Just fine. You're just fine. Okay, so we're coming to 2
Not
minutes
there to
left.
hurt.
And let's see, we got a couple of things here. Moofy's, I must have driven through Eau Claire. I drove from Madison to the institution close to River Between States, Northern Wisconsin Center. Probably, then you should stop in, Moofy, down to the
ParaExpo.
Yepper, and stop by, and all you have to do is come on up to me and say, "You're Jerry?" I'll say, "Yep, I'm Moofy." That's it, Moofy. You're going on an investigation with us. I don't live in Wisconsin anymore. So you can drive, can't you?
Well, and we have a couple of people here whose their show keeps being played on the Travel Channel. So CC tells us all the time.
I forgot about that.
Para celebrities.
Oh my God.
Which is a riot, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to actually do a show about the Hotel Bar and Grill.
Maybe they
And that's
still
when
will.
COVID hit. Yeah, COVID hit, and for some reason they said they weren't going to do it. And I figured, Chris, that they would have gotten a hold of you guys, but I don't think they did. I'm still sure that they'll do something about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to write more letters again, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
That's fine with me.
We'll get you on TV. Oh my God, did you see that? Just kidding. Sorry, that was not funny. That was
I'm
not.
going to kick your butt, Jerry.
I love it.
She used to love me, and now she's going to kill me. Isn't there a song there somewhere? Yeah.
Oh, yes. You just did one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're down to a minute
Complete
left.
dance, probably.
Yeah. All right, so I want to thank you, Chris. Thank you, Steph, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. So remember, everybody, October 8th and 9th, Humbird, Wisconsin. If you want anything, more information, get a hold of me directly. If you want, just go to our website, thecallingradioshow.com, or actually go to Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota, siminnesota.com, and give me a call, and we're more than happy to talk with you guys. So anyway, we're out of here. Thank you, ParaX. Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate it, and good night.